With that down, let's move on to our third main topic today. And our third main topic today gets sent in to us by Evelyn, who writes, "Hi, John. Last year, Black Panther broke the record only at 3. That's the record for Oscar wins for a comic book based movie, but still broke the record for most Oscar wins for a comic book movie. With Joker having 11 nominations, looking like a lock on Best Actor and Score, do you think it has a chance at breaking that record? And what are the categories that seems like a possibility?" All right. Thanks a lot, Evelyn, for sending that in. And yes, Joker is coming, ladies and gentlemen, to the Oscars this Sunday. And it is this Sunday, which is crazy. And Joker has just as many, wrap your head around this. Joker has just as many Academy Award nominations as Lord of the Rings Return of the King did. 11 nominations. Now, I don't expect that Joker is going to sweep all 11 like Lord of the Rings Return of the King did, but it does raise a really interesting question. How many Oscars, once we understand it's nominated for 11, can it end up winning? Can it break that record by Black Panther? Rob, we're going to go through this bit by bit here. I'm going to go out on a limb right now, and I think it's going to tie. I think it's going to tie at 3 wins. So before we go through each category here, what's your just quick prediction off the top? Will it come under? Will it tie? Will it break the record?
I think it might break the record by maybe 1, because it's technically there's a lot to love in Joker, man. I think it has a good shot at score. Well, we're going to go through them, but I think it could do. I think it could definitely. Yeah.
All right, we're going to start off with the one that I think everybody believes is a lock. We're going to start off with the Best Actor category. Of course, he's up against Antonio Banderas for Pain and Glory, Leonardo DiCaprio for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Adam Driver for Marriage Story, which I believe is the dark horse that could upset him. I'm not saying it will. I'm just saying if anyone's going to upset him, it's probably going to be that. Joaquin Phoenix, obviously himself, and Jonathan Pryce, who is so good in The Two Popes. Rob, I think this is one that that Joker gets. I think Joaquin Phoenix gets this. Any doubts on that?
No, I mean, I think it's probably a good bet. I don't think anyone would say he's undeserving. That performance was one for the ages. The physicality in it, it truly an amazing reinvention of the character, and well deserving. All
right, so there's one. It's got one. The next Oscar it's up for is Best Adapted Screenplay. It's up against The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Little Women, and Two Popes. Rob, I see at least 2 films here that would probably edge it out, minimum. So I just don't see Joker. I mean, hey, awesome it got nominated, but I just don't see it winning this one. Do you?
No.
All right. So we're still at 1. We move on to the next one. Best Cinematography. It got nominated for in The Irishman. It's against The Lighthouse. It's against 1917. It's against Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I'll tell you what, out of the 5 nominees, I think Joker comes in 5th in this one. There's no way it's beating the cinematography for Lighthouse or 1917. I just can't see it happening. So I don't see Joker winning this one. How about you?
Nope, not at all. Not a chance in hell.
All right, so we're still sitting at 1. All right, we move on to Best Costume Design. And again, another one for The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Little Women, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Again, you know what? Hair and makeup might be a different category, but I just... Jojo Rabbit had it beat on that. The Irishman had it beat on that. Little Women had it beat on that. I think Once Upon a Time... Again, this is another one I think it might actually come in 5th, so I don't see it winning this one. Do you?
Well, I'll tell you something about this. I think you're probably right. However, they reinvented that Joker costume that when I first saw pictures of him, I was like, he's just like a clown. But I'll tell you, within the context of the movie, they must have gone through hundreds of iterations of how he was going to look as the Joker, the final form. And they did pick something that was incredibly iconic. Now, someone might say, well, it's only one costume. But I could see maybe, I don't know, because everything else is more, more period. And it was creatively, it was really a difficult choice to reinvent the character. So maybe, but you're probably right.
All right, let's move on to the next one here. Next category we're looking at is Best Director. Amazing that Todd Phillips got a nomination here. Amazing that he did, but he's not winning. He's not winning.
No.
So we got Martin Scorsese, Sam Mendes, who is going to win this, Quentin Tarantino, Bong Joon-ho, who maybe should win this, Bong Joon-ho. But I think this one's a lock to me. I believe Sam Mendes is taking this trophy home with the slight outside shot that Bong Joon-ho takes it. Do you think Todd Phillips has a shot at this award?
No. No, I don't.
Just definitively no. Okay.
No.
Let's move on to the next category that's nominated in. The Joker's also nominated in Best Film Editing. We've got it against Ford v. Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, and Parasite. I'll tell you what, who I would give this. To me, the award goes to Michael McCusker for Ford v. Ferrari. I thought the
100%.
editing in that was incredible. What did you think?
It's incredible. Ford v. Ferrari, I'm glad to see it got love at the Academy Awards. It was one of my favorite movies of the year. It's so entertaining, so satisfying, but by God, the editing is unbelievable.
Yeah. Now, the editing in Joker's terrific. I just don't see it. Man, the editing in Irishman was incredible. Ford v. I cannot see Jeff Groth getting it for the Joker. All right, let's move on to the next one. Next one comes to us from Best Hair and Makeup. And we got Bombshell, and man, they did a great job in Bombshell. Judy, great job in Judy. Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, which was done really well. And 1917. I'll tell you what, I think this is one Joker's got a shot in. I really do. Because it's not just Joker. It's the whole feel of every inhabitant of Gotham in that movie was so perfectly put together. Obviously, Bombshell they did a great job in Bombshell and Judy and all the rest, but I actually think this is one they've got a shot in. So this could be my second one that they pick up. How do you feel about it?
I feel the same way. And again, they had to come up with an iconic makeup that worked on screen for a long period of time, that's reinventing a character that we have such everybody knows what the character is, and they had to reinvent it. And that's tough. Whereas you look at Judy or Bombshell, they knew what they had to recreate. And that's not to take away with the amazing work that was done. But like you said, it wasn't just people. It was a whole milieu. They had to create Gotham City, and it had to work all the way through the film. And I think, man, that's not an easy task. So I think it has a shot.
Yeah, I don't think it's the front runner, but I mean, other people do not consider it a front runner. I think it's got a shot at this one. All right, we got 4 categories left here. Best Original Score. We got obviously Joker. That has a really solid shot. Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, with John Williams getting his 937th Academy Award nomination. For those of you who lost count, because all of us have lost count at this point. This is another one it could absolutely win. This is one that it's getting a lot of buzz. A lot of people are talking about it. Joker. I think this could be the third one. Rob, do you see any of the other ones having a definitive head and shoulders advantage over it?
No. I think Joker's got this one in the bag. Look, she's one of the most, I think, exciting composers that's come on. She's also scored Chernobyl. What a talent. What an innovative. They're re-releasing Joker with like a live orchestra playing the score.
Nice.
So pretty amazing.
All right. Couple more to go here. Next one up is Best Picture, the big one. Of course, it's up against Ford v. Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite. I don't think it has any shot.
No.
There's about 3 or 4 that are well ahead of it in line. Totally deserving of the nomination, I think. But I don't see it having a shot. Maybe 3%. Maybe a 3% shot. Rob, what do you think of its chances for Best Picture?
None. It's not going to win.
Just simply not going to win. So
None.
There's that. All right.
No, it won't.
It won't. All right. Next one up here. Best Sound Editing. It's up against Ford v. Ferrari, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Wow. The sound in 1917 and Ford v. Ferrari were just stupid good, and very good in Joker as well, but I just don't see Joker taking this one. Do you think it has a chance?
No, I think the like you said, I mean, sound design, it's a very showy category. It always has been. And when you have 1917 and Ford v. Ferrari and even a Star Wars movie, but those two films, my God, the sound design Joker. By the way, Joker has great sound design, but it's not as showy. It's not gonna win.
All right, and then very closely connected to sound design, or sound editing, I should say, but very unique and different, is sound mixing. And we've got Ad Astra, Ford v Ferrari, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Again, I just don't see Joker taking this one. 1917, Ford v Ferrari, the sound in those were incredible. Ad Astra, a movie I do not like, actually had some really good sound mixing as well, but I don't see Joker taking this one. Do you think it's got a chance at the mixing?
No, not at all.
No.
I mean, if it's not going to win usually these go hand in hand. It's very both of these awards are something that sort of are closely linked. And if Joker isn't going to win the first, it's not going to win the second.
So we're down to what we're left with then, Rob, is the three. I think it ties Black Panther. I think it takes hair and makeup. I think it takes best lead actor, and I think it takes score. You agree with those three, but you were also throwing in costuming, right?
Yes. And look, I understand the costuming this year on all the nominated films is it's very worthy. But again, it's the same reason I would go for makeup, is you're reinventing an iconic character in a different way. A lot of people remember when they first revealed Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker, a lot of people were like, wait, what? They didn't like it. Fans were like, what is this? And yet they really did something old yet new, and to have that work was a bold choice, and it worked beautifully. And I think it's become iconic. Joaquin Phoenix's Joker's look has become just as iconic as Heath Ledger, as Jack Nicholson, and that's not easy to do because they didn't copy anything. And I think that would be the reason that I would say it could very well take this category. If it takes makeup, it could very well take costume.
So I got it tying Black Panther. You've got it beating it by one. The question is, guys, what do you think of Joker's chances to break the Black Panther's record for most Oscars for a comic book related films? Currently, the record sits at 3. Do you think it'll come in under? Do you think, like me, it'll tie? Do you think, like Rob, it'll exceed it? What do you guys think? Remember, we're not asking you what should it do. We're asking you what will it do. Jump down to the comment section below and leave us your thoughts. Okay,